What's going on, LEGO Maniacs? It's Ty, the LEGO guy here, and welcome to the finale of building Tortuga Bay. It's taken 6 months to complete. Really excited to show you guys what we've done. And to give you guys some of the specs, the MOC is about 9 feet long by 2 feet wide, or for those of you that use meters, it's about 3 meters long and half a meter wide, so it's actually quite sizable. There's 126 minifigs in this MOC, and I'd have to say about 5 to 10,000 pieces. I don't have the exact count, but roughly it's in there. Anyways, this one should get interesting. Really excited to show you guys how this has kind of progressed. But enough talk, let's get right into it. And to start us off, we'll begin with kind of one of the main staples of this MOC, and it is the ship battle. You can't have a pirate MOC without having two big warships blast each other with cannons, and that's exactly what's happening. We even have musketeers making their way onto the pirate ship, and pirates making their way onto the soldier ship. So we used the Imperial flagship from 2010 along with the 2020 Barracuda, and I absolutely love both these ships. I think that they just scream pirate, and that's part of the reason why I kind of chose them. We also have some water bricks just to kind of sort of represent that these two ships are sailing through the water and they're firing at each other. And making our way to the other side of the ship, we'll just give you guys a little bit more view of it. And now we've made our way to sort of this rock mass and the Blue Coats watchtower. So the story behind this is the Blue Coats obviously are at odds with the Red Coats. The two of them are battling it out, which we're going to show off a little bit more. But they've hired the pirates of the Barracuda to sort of fight the Red Coats as well. So they're kind of like privateers in a way. And that's why these two ships are fighting it off. Over here we have some of the Red Coats rowboats kind of transporting the Red Coats onto the shoreline. Just show this off a little bit more. We got some bayonets on the muskets as well. That was a special order I had to make, but I really think it adds some detail. Here we have maybe the admiral, or general I should say, and his flag bearer. So these guys mean business. And we also have the Blue Coats, which are defending their fort, their island, because these are kind of the conquerors. These are sort of the defenders. Give you guys a little bit more of a view on the Blue Coats. Very similar, they're musketeers as well. We have 2 rows for each side, along with 2 cannons, another flag bearer. And then in the front here, this was sort of a joke, but then I was like, you know what, let's keep it. We got 2 pirates. Now these guys are obviously getting out of town. It's no longer safe to continue to look for treasure. As you guys can see, he has a little treasure map. That was sort of the idea behind that. And we'll actually make our way now to the Blue Coats fort. Now, this actually took a little bit of designing. I had to play around with it, but what we kind of have here is a little explosion. And these guys have been hit by one of the Red Coats rowboats. And yeah, it's kind of blasting them away. We have another little tower. And what I really want to show you guys is I kind of designed this sort of like a modular, at least to the best of my ability. Comes out in levels, and here we have sort of all the senior like generals, admirals, and they're kind of looking over a bunch of maps, probably trying to figure out how they're supposed to fight the Red Coats. Then we got maybe the admiral's daughter, and she's freaked out. Not really pleased to be here, which, I mean, who would be? Big battle going on. And let's actually make our way to the bottom level of the fort. And how you kind of gain access to it is it's the same idea. Again, I tried my best to make this like a modular. And it comes off in sections to reveal the interior. So we have sort of like the soldiers' quarters. We got some bunk beds right here, along with a little bit of an armory, muskets, tools. We got some cutlasses, helmets, backpacks, and then also little areas for the cannons. These little windows so they can fire through. And we can actually do the same thing with the other side. Just comes off like so to reveal another little doorway along with a prison. And we got one of the pirate captains in there. I believe that was from one of the CMF series. And he has a little bed, little table. Looks like he has a little teacup as well. Probably wants rum, but that's all he gets. One of the other things I tried to do with this MOC is just kind of make it practical. So we don't have a little stairway making its way to the second level, but we do have ladders and whatnot, which we'll take a look at this market in just a bit. So we got a ladder to get to the second level and the ladder to get to the third level, fourth level. And we also have, I tried to make it look like this was, you know, a little road making its way to the main doors to get to the fort. So all in all, that's how she came out. Making our way to sort of the little market, which is probably one of the few peaceful areas of the MOC. We have a lady selling some fish. We got a little common, basically a citizen maybe of Tortuga Bay, who's buying some goods. And then we also have a little blue coat soldier in the corner there, along with another sales lady. Now what I liked about this is she actually has it's like a little cloth covering her up from the sun, giving her some shelter. And this is actually taken from the Ideas Flintstone set. She obviously is selling some flowers, some fish. There's a rat here, a couple pirates. And what I really wanted to incorporate, and I thought it'd be tricky because I was like, what, are they going to be prisoners? Are they going to be siding with the red coats, blue coats? But I just thought, you know what? Let's have some Spanish soldiers making their way to the market, and maybe they need to buy some goods or whatnot. So that's kind of where that little ship came in. Really wanted to have them in the MOC, and I think it works. And just so you guys know too, a lot of what we see here is actually taken from the medieval market set that was made about 10 years ago. So the little signs and whatnot, even the figs. I just thought it worked really well in this situation. Now right here, we have a modded Creator 3-in-1 pirate ship. So this set was actually decent, but I was really not liking the brick built sails. And I was like, you know what, I want this ship in it. It's a good size. I don't want it to be overwhelming. Like I don't want it to be the same size as the Imperial flagship or even the Barracuda, but I don't want it to be tiny either. And one of you guys, or a number of you guys, suggested that I try and put more of a medium-sized ship in there, and that's what we sort of did. So we've modded it. We have the mermaid. These are actually all taken from Brickbeard's Bounty, like the sails and the mermaid, and it was actually pretty easy to mod it. If you guys would be interested in a modding video, let me know in the comments. But again, it was pretty simple. It didn't take too much to kind of do. Again, you kind of need Brickbeard's Bounty, but I think almost any pirate ship would do as long as it has sails. So as you guys can see, we got 4 cannons. We added 2 of them, and we have one of the captains is facing off against a sea serpent who has just appeared. And the idea is that these guys are trying to escape. Now, why are they trying to escape? Well, this has a story. As we've been going on, we have the red coats versus the blue coats. We got the pirates of the Barracuda ship that have been hired by them to fight the red coats. We also got pirates that have their own little story of their own. So these guys have stolen treasure from King Kahuka himself. And now the islanders are after them. They want their treasure back. And that's kind of the idea behind this. And then the sea serpent's just shown up out of the blue. It's going to attack them. Now, a lot of you guys wanted me to put a kraken in it. I thought that would be too many sea monsters. So what we did instead is we just put a little Easter egg, basically, of the kraken. These guys are in tough shape. I mean, they got a lot of cannons and whatnot, but I definitely wouldn't want to be on this ship. So these pirates obviously have some obstacles they have to get through if they want to get away with the booty, but that's what they're trying to do. And we got these islanders pursuing them. Again, we've kind of added just water around all these ships and whatnot, around, the sea serpent, just to kind of add some more realism, as if waves are crashing against the ship, against the island. And there's actually a little bit more to the story. So as we make our way to King Kahuka's island, which is from the Islander theme, we have a shipwreck right here. This is one of your guys' suggestions. So really excited to kind of just put this in here. It adds a little bit more to it. I didn't want it to be too elaborate, but I think it's just big enough that, it gives the idea of a shipwreck. And right beside it, we have a shark. So maybe he's looking for the long lost crew members of the ship. I didn't want to make it too morbid, so we'll just leave it at that. But there very likely is some crew members that are deceased. Making our way to the island though, and maybe Jack Sparrow, you never know. Maybe this was his ship. But here we have Jack Sparrow and his comrade looking to steal treasure from King Kahuka. Now we're gonna get into that. King Kahuka has treasure? Well, sort of wanted to make it like the legend of El Dorado. That's kind of the idea behind it. Moving on to the island though, a little bit more, we have the classic Islander statue along with a little Islander cooking some grub. It is yellow, I'm not gonna say what that is. We got a skeleton right here, a little pineapple. And then we actually have, if you guys know about the adventurer theme, we have King, or I should say not King, but we have Aku. Now, Aku was one of the main, he wasn't actually a villain. He sort of was a villain, sort of wasn't, from the adventure theme. But the idea behind this is that he is maybe cousins with King Kahuka. And they're kind of coming together to fight a common enemy, which could be the pirates, the red coats, the blue coats, who knows, all of them. So we kind of have King, or I keep saying King, we kind of have Aku along with some of his loyal soldiers. So these are actually from the CMF line. We have the Jaguar Warriors right here. And we also have the Eagle Warriors. And I just thought that that was a really cool idea, just to kind of bring in the natives, put them all together. They're coming together to fight a common foe. They're cousins, maybe, far removed cousins, but still cousins, and they're coming together to fight them. Why are they coming together? Well, what do they have to defend? Let's take a look at that. And it has a little something to do with these two guards right here, guarding, and you guys can maybe make out what's in the background there. But that's actually centered on the throne a little bit. This is King Kahuka's throne. Kind of wanted to give him a pyramid or something kind of unique. Again, mixing in that legend again of El Dorado. But what is under King Kahuka's throne? Well, let's remove him and I show you guys what's here. So you just do this and this, pull this, and bang. There is all of King Kahuka's treasure. So we actually have some Indiana Jones treasure in there, adventure treasure like the golden dragon, black dragon. Number of rubies. So obviously King Kahuka has quite a bit of wealth, and these guys are defending it from the pirates and everybody else that's trying to get their booty. But that pretty well does this MOC episode, and Tortuga, it's done. It's kind of crazy. This took like 6 months to build. Very excited to finally have it done. But I am excited about the next MOC, guys. And if you have ideas for my next MOC, let me know in the comments. It can be pirate, western, Star Wars, anything, you name it. Put in the comments and I'll definitely consider it. I kind of have an idea for what the next MOC is going to be, but we'll see if it actually pans out. But yeah, this was a lot of fun building. I really enjoyed it. Again, guys, thanks for all the suggestions. This MOC wouldn't ended up the way it was if it wasn't for your guys' good ideas. So I really do appreciate it. But yeah, that pretty well does this episode. But if you liked it, leave it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing and click that bell so you're notified for any future MOC episodes, because we are definitely going to do more. I really enjoy doing them. They are expensive. However, all these pieces will definitely help with the next MOC. But anyways, that's all I got for you again. But thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.